Have you noticed your car struggling to start, losing power, or running rough? These could be signs of a bad ignition coil. This small but crucial component plays a big role in your car's performance. Let's explore the key symptoms of a failing ignition coil and what they mean for your vehicle. 1. Engine misfires. One of the most common signs of a bad ignition coil is engine misfires. You might hear popping or sputtering sounds from the engine or feel a sudden jerk while driving. This happens because a failing ignition coil can't provide enough voltage to the spark plugs, disrupting the combustion process. If left unchecked, misfires can damage your engine over time. 2. Difficulty starting the car. Having trouble starting your car in the morning or after it's been sitting for a while. A failing ignition coil may be to blame. If the coil isn't generating sufficient spark, the air-fuel mixture won't ignite properly, making it harder for the engine to turn over. 3. Rough idling. Does your car feel shaky or unstable when idling? That's another red flag. A bad ignition coil can cause uneven firing of the spark plugs, resulting in a rough or erratic idle. This symptom is often noticeable when the car is at a stoplight or parked. 4. Loss of power and acceleration. Feeling like your car has lost its pep? A faulty ignition coil can lead to reduced power and sluggish acceleration. Since the coil is responsible for providing the energy needed for combustion, any issue with it directly impacts your car's ability to perform, especially when accelerating or driving uphill. 5. Decreased fuel efficiency. Are you visiting the gas station more often than usual? A failing ignition coil can cause incomplete combustion, forcing your engine to use more fuel to compensate. This not only hurts your wallet but also contributes to higher emissions. 6. Check engine light. The check engine light is another major indicator. When your car's computer detects issues with the ignition coil, it triggers the check engine light. A diagnostic scan with an OBD2 tool can confirm if the problem is related to the coil or another part of the ignition system. 7. Backfiring. If you hear loud bangs coming from your exhaust, your car might be backfiring. A bad ignition coil can cause unburned fuel to enter the exhaust system, where it ignites unexpectedly. Backfiring is not only alarming but can also damage your exhaust system if not addressed promptly. 8. Overheating ignition coil. Sometimes, the ignition coil itself overheats due to electrical resistance or prolonged use. This can lead to a complete failure of the coil. If you notice signs of overheating, like a burning smell near the coil, it's a good idea to have it inspected or replaced immediately. What causes ignition coil failure? Ignition coils typically fail due to wear and tear, exposure to heat and vibration, or issues like oil leaks or moisture seeping into the coil. Poor spark plugs can also strain the coil, causing it to fail prematurely. How to address a bad ignition coil. If you suspect your ignition coil is failing, here's what to do. Perform a diagnostic scan. Use an OBD2 scanner to check for codes related to the ignition system, like P0350 to P0362. Inspect the coil. Look for visible signs of damage, such as cracks or burns. Replace the coil. Ignition coils are relatively easy and affordable to replace. If one coil is bad, it's often a good idea to replace all of them, especially in older vehicles. Check spark plugs. Ensure the spark plugs are in good condition, as they work closely with the ignition coil. The ignition coil may be a small part of your car, but its role in engine performance is enormous. Ignoring the symptoms of a failing coil can lead to bigger problems down the road. If you've noticed any of these signs, take action now to keep your car running smoothly. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more car maintenance tips and troubleshooting guides. Check out this playlist to learn more about the signs and symptoms of malfunctioning car parts.